Quarterfinal of the Open Cup. Def, take a look at the starting 11 for Minnesota.
A couple of observations and questions on the eve. The Chicago Fire, on the other hand, defensive transitions have been their Achilles heel, but they have adjusted their defensive line. They've dropped a little bit deeper at times, sit a little bit more mid-level.
Minnesota in blue, Chicago in red, the four-time Open Cup champion away to take on Minnesota, looking for their deepest run since 2019. It is the first of four quarterfinals in the Lamar Hunt U.S. Open Cup. Zinkernagel ships this up. Heck, Gutman arriving. High boot from Davila trying to keep it alive. Ball stabbed down and cleared away. Zinkernagel, Brady. Make that St. Clair.
Oh, he just took one of that out. Yeah, he took a hard one on the near post, though. Julian Gressel did. This looked like a flailing right there. Boom.
That deserve another look.
I got to tell you, oof. Yeah, again, that angle that you're seeing right there, it's just even on the arm. Even if you think that he's going to come closer and your arm's going to come up into the chest, that doesn't really make a solid argument, does it? And instead,
reaching for the back pocket. Omar Gonzalez has been sent off. And the first major dramatic twist. Sent off in the last game of that season against Seattle. Service through is dealt with by Hlongwane. Penalty! It is all gone sideways. It's going to be Chicago at the spot.
And there's contact, 100%. The ball down across. This is the issue I have with
Gutierrez for the Fire to take the lead.
I said, watch, pay attention. They've still got Zinkernagel. Creates the contact, the opportunity, and for Brian Gutierrez, from a goal-scoring threat, near cruise control for him, cannot gift him chances like this.
Gressel, open header, backside, floated into the air, header, guided over.
Man, the way that you rotate off of him, like more difficult to understand where that man advantage is going to come from. Great redirect by Morris Duggan, but good pressure just on the shoulder.
Right at the halfway line. One more free kick. They seem in no hurry to take it. The referee acknowledges. For the second time in 3 games in this Open Cup run, Minnesota does trail.
From their minds right now, with 45 minutes to play and an Open Cup final berth and the semis awaiting.
Changes coming into the second half. Hugo Kuipers has come in off the bench, replaces Tom Barlow like for like. A trio of subs coming in for Minnesota.
Of responsibility he's going to have next to Owen Jun. And also the idea for Robin Lod. Do you try and play him off one of those back shoulders, try and play him between the lines with Elliott like that up high, or drop him underneath? You have the luxury.
Good slip ball through, back across, tapped in. Minnesota right out of halftime. Robin Lod.
The back line, how they skirt it. Now Oluwaseyi, he occupies side. The second that he drops, watch Rogers. He gets it wrong. You know, unfortunately for Sam Rogers, he doesn't read the far-sided run coming from Marcanic. He's got to be the coverage there. Beautiful vision from Oluwaseyi. And then, this is simple. It's cone work every single week in practice. Robin Lod peels off on the back shoulder run. Ball put on a platter. Oluwaseyi much more of the catalyst in that situation.
Yeboah! What an introduction that could have been. He swept the leg, but couldn't sweep it by Brady.
With the idea that in goal, and this is just about immediately
to have versatility. Yeboah, contemplative. Rosales. Parera. Slip ball through. Harvey! 2 runners at the back post.
Carlos Harvey, who has popped himself high multiple times because of the defensive coverage. They just don't track the runner. The back shoulder run, so difficult to deal with as a set.
Ty Rosales. They can reset here. Pineda to the back post. Trying to settle, dropped off with a deflection. Caroms from Yeboah into Brady.
Back into that pivot 6 for Eric Ramsey. And he's just...
Pineda, the give back, Lund! Brady. And spared their blushes.
That's just the one example. You know, Joseph Rosales, another one, willing to drive right at the heart of that Chicago Fire midfield. And Robin Lund, he can't do anything. Merrily been not the best of efforts on the night, especially Madrid against 10 man. That's better.
Little back heel opens it up. Brady, full extension. Keeps Chicago alive. Perhaps on the last kick of regulation.
It's the same spot again, though. I keep telling you, you come central, you have this massive pocket to take advantage of. Chicago has to step. As Gutman comes, the layoff. Merrily been not the best of efforts on the night, especially Madrid against 10 man. That's better.
Little back heel opens it up. Brady, full extension.
I keep telling you, you come central, you have this massive pocket to take advantage of. Chicago has to step. As Gutman comes, the layoff. Not bad pressure.
Corner, Minnesota. Header back across. Settled drop back by Lund. Pineda. They're going to take it to extra time. Minnesota was hoping to get another set piece away. Instead, on to the additional 30 minutes tonight in St. Paul. So both teams have one sub among field players left on their bench. That's Bamba for the Fire. That is Romero for Minnesota. Romero will come on for Duggan, who was a little bit labored at the end of regulation, and Minnesota will utilize that 6th and final sub. Going through final preparations, and Chicago for the moment are defending with 9. Pitchforked ahead, knotted down. There's the go-ahead. Calvin Yeboah.
Down to 10. But with Davila coming off, just too many bodies. The ball, absolutely wondrous. Teasing 2v1. The wall of Chicago toppled. The finish sublime. Calvin Yeboah struggles in league play. Quality, never a question when opportunity given. Bamba is really what I've got my eye on. One of the more electric pairings that you'll watch when it comes to that outside back position and left-sided winger.
Yeboah sizes up Elliott. Yeboah!
Tap recovery run by Andrew Gutman. Jack Elliott does just enough to hold him off. Yes, the solidify that back line and see this one out. Well done so far.
Signed for the club midway through that first year, 2017 in MLS. Axel part of helping New Zealand qualify for the upcoming World Cup. Has certainly had a resurgent 2025 campaign. Harvey leading. Longwane over. Could this be a dagger? Yeboah. Met by Rogers.
Here, Sam Rogers. He has had his ups and downs this year and overcommits initially, but great recovery.
Head swiveling. Longwane intervenes. It's still here for Pineda. Gutman provides the overlap instead. Back or hell! St. Clair. You need to have
deflection just atop the 18. Beautiful first touch by Ardahel that allows him to come up over the ball, and he gets it to dip a little bit. Doesn't hit anyone. But
Pipers attacks the pocket, rolls over Barroso, touch the head, now back, Dean. Yeboah. Yeboah off to the races. Calvin Yeboah overtaken from behind. And now the whistle, a penalty. It is Yeboah. Feigns, fires, and scores. With flair, finesse. A perfect finale from Yeboah.
At the tail end of it, adjusts his body, but also initiates contact. Can Brady be the savior once again? No. Instead, it's yes, over and over again from Yeboah here as the substitute. Super as he can be. 70% of the time in Cup football, Calvin Yeboah delivers throughout his career. Now 15 goals in 31 games and 7 assists, all capped off by the brace and the glory that a cup awaits them. A chance to push that further in September.
Yeboah is the hero. It is on to the semifinals.